right, looks like I'm engaging. Okay. That's good. It looks like we're in business now. Okay, make sure everything's set up with my all right. Robert Hone is here. Good afternoon, sir. First in the chat today. Appreciate you being here. I was trying to jump in earlier, but my phone and computers were not cooperating. But now it seems like I had to turn my phone off and turn it back on to get it to work right. Guess I got to do that every couple of days just to make sure everything's clear and everything's set up and the buffering and everything that's involved in going with YouTube Live. So we are going to have some fun today. We do have today's show, of course, is our 1972 Hall of Fame inductees video series and round 2 of Gypsy Queen Blaster Box. All right. So hopefully, just so you guys know, I did update my my YouTube About Me tab to kind of go over just what is included and everything we will be doing on the channel. So when you do get a chance, go to my About Me tab on my homepage, and you will see the changes I made. The main change is pretty much just my Saturdays. I'll do normally on a Saturday, except for through the week I will when I get packages in. After my regular series, we will have family mail call, and then usually I will open up some type of baseball card product on the channel each and every day of my live streams. But then on Saturdays, we'll have family mail call Saturdays and or box break. And then the first Saturday of the month will be my sale auction. Okay, and my sale auction will start at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time instead of the other time that is scheduled at 10:30 for most of my live streams. And I will usually generally jump in just prior to the live stream. So just kind of keep that in mind, that I will jump in early. And then when I can, I will always do something like that, okay? So other than that, I'm not going to take too long. I'll wait until about 10:35 since I did jump on a little bit late today. And then we will get into our there's 8 Hall of Famers today. As you can see, Yogi Berra is first. Since there was 8 of them and I couldn't fit all the cards really in the front here, that's why I'm going to do this setup here. When I highlight the player, I'll bring them front and center like I always do. And then when I'm done, I'll move them back here and bring the next player up to bat. Kind of like they're in the batting cage right here until we get ready to start. So just wanted to leave that. We got about a minute to go before I get into my content at hand. Sorry, I'm responding to a message that I got on my channel real quick. And then we will get into our content. I'm surprised you're the only one so far there, Robert. But me and you works just fine if we're the only two. Okay, just wanted to get that done. We do have 10:35. So without further ado, we will get into the content at hand here. Okay, got that ready. Make sure that's good to go. Let me get back to dun, dun, dun. I just want to make sure I have everything set up and ready to go here real quick. That way, in case my chat on my phone freezes up, I have my backup systems that I can watch the content on the monitors here. It does say for watching, but at least we do have one in the chat. Thanks for being here, Robert. And we will get into our content at hand. For our 8 Hall of Famers, of course, our 8 Hall of Famers as we go through them, but I'll read off the names real quickly here. It'll kind of speed up the process as we get into each of the bios for their Hall of Fame induction. We've got Yogi Berra was inducted, of course, 1972. His primary team was the New York Yankees, and he was a catcher. And then we have Josh Gibson. His primary team was the Homestead Grays, and he was a catcher. And then third, we've got Lefty Gomez, a New York Yankees pitcher. And then fourth, we have Will Harridge. He was an executive for Major League Baseball. Then we have fifth is Sandy Koufax with the Los Angeles Dodgers. He also was a pitcher. Then we have Buck Leonard, Homestead Grays, just like Josh Gibson. He was a first baseman. And then we have early Wynn with the Cleveland Indians. Robert probably liked that one. He was a pitcher. And then also Ross Youngs with the New York Giants. He was also a right fielder. Okay, so without further ado, we will get the first player up to bat here. Let's see if I can do this without knocking anything over there. Yogi Berra, fitting card to start out our Hall of Fame for 2020. For 1972, a 1985 throwback card for Yogi Berra. Go ahead and show the front. This is an original 1985 card. And of course, this was Yogi Berra when he was managing the Yankees back in 1985. So without further ado, got your package yesterday. Thanks so much, especially for the Baseball Digest. I thought you might like that, Robert. I had a bunch, somebody in my church gave me a whole bunch of those, and I just thought I would share them with different people in the channels that collected different teams. So I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, that yours was the Cardinals. I believe that was your team. Hope I got it right. If not, I'm sure you probably enjoyed the Baseball Digest nonetheless. Okay, so Yogi Berra, Lawrence Peter Berra, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1972. He was a New York Yankee, and when he did play for the Yankees, he was a catcher. All right, so Yogi Berra is a cultural icon for those fame transcended the baseball diamond. Yogiisms such as "it ain't over till it's over" and "a nickel ain't worth a dime anymore" have found their way into the vernacular. People think of Yogi as funny, but as his manager Casey Stengel once put it, they say he's funny. Well, he has a lovely wife and family, a beautiful home, money in the bank, and he plays golf with millionaires. That's what's funny about that. Lawrence Peter Berra got his nickname Yogi during his teenage years when he was playing American League Baseball. One afternoon, after attending a movie that had a short piece on India, a friend, Jack McGuire, noticed a resemblance between him and the yogi, or person who practiced yoga, on the screen. McGuire said, "I'm going to call you Yogi," and from that moment on, the name just stuck. One thing is clear: as colorful as Yogi's stories were, and as popular as his star shined off the field, he was also quite the catcher. And the character behind home plate. He had a reputation as a talker, attempting to take opposing batters off their game. In the 1958 World Series, Yogi kept telling Hank Aaron to hit with the label up on the bat. Finally, Aaron turned it and said, "Yogi, I came up here to hit, not to read." All right, Boom Slang's in the house. How you doing there, Boom Slang? Thanks for popping in here. He's saying hi to Robert also. All right. So, in addition to his colorful persona, what made Yogi so great was that he was one of the most feared hitters the game had ever seen. Teammate Hector Lopez said Yogi had the fastest bat I ever saw. He could hit a ball late that was already past him and take it out of the park. The pitchers were afraid of him because he'd hit anything, so they didn't know what to throw. Yogi had them psyched out, and he wasn't even trying to psych them out. What was even more amazing was when he donned the tools of ignorance. He had a reputation as being one of the best in the business behind the plate. Why has our pitching been so great? Stengel once asked. Our catcher, that's why. He looks cumbersome, but he's quick as a cat. Yogi hung up the spikes for good after the 1965 season, a 15-time All-Star, a 3-time American League MVP award winner, and 10-time World Series champion as a player. Berra was elected to the Hall of Fame in 1972, and he passed away on September 22nd, 2015. He seemed to be doing everything wrong, yet everything came out right. He stopped everything behind the plate and hit everything in front of it, said Mel Ott. So as far as his career at a glance, he played in 2,120 games. He had 755 at-bats, 1,175 runs. He hit 2,150. He had 2,150 hits, 321 doubles, 49 triples, and 358 home runs. He had 1,430 RBIs, 30 stolen bases, 704 walks. He had a batting average of .285, an OPS of .830, an on-base percentage of .348, and a slugging percentage of .482. When he was playing baseball, he played for the New York Yankees in 1946 through 1963, and then 1 year with the Mets as a player in 1965. When he was a manager and managing, he managed the New York Yankees in 1964. He took looks like a 1 year stint in 64, then played for the Mets in 65, and then he went and managed the Mets from 1972 to 1975, and then he managed the Yankees for 2 years in 1984 and 1985. So there you have it, our first Hall of Famer out of the 8 that we'll be going over today, Yogi Berra. All right, next up to bat is Josh Gibson. Josh Gibson is the Topps, let's see, what year is this one? 2007 Topps. Okay, home run history, Josh Gibson, home run number 270. I think this must have been a little subset they did for Josh Gibson. Pittsburgh Crawfords and Homestead Grays, 800 plus home runs. All right, and this was home run number 270. All right, so we'll go through Josh Gibson for our second Hall of Famer. Next up to bat here, Josh Gibson, whose full name was Joshua Gibson, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1972 with the Homestead Grays, and he was a catcher. Was the myth larger than reality? Not really. But the applause Josh Gibson received should have been louder. He was considered the best power hitter of his era in the Negro baseball leagues and perhaps even the majors. Gibson was born in Buena Vista, Georgia. His father, Mark Gibson, moved his family to Pittsburgh in 1923 rather than try to continue to nurse a crop from his meager farm. Josh's education ended after the 9th grade. Still just Boom, Slang, and Robert. Okay. His introduction to organized baseball came at the age of 16 when he joined the Gimbals A.C. and 1929, the Crawford Colored Giants, a semi-pro team in Pittsburgh, convinced him to leave the Gimbles and join their squad. He became a professional by accident on July 25, 1930, while sitting in the stands. When Homestead Gray's catcher Buck Ewing injured his hand, Gibson was invited to replace him because his titanic home runs were already well known in Pittsburgh. If someone had told me Josh hit the ball a mile, I would have believed them, said Sam Jethro, who starred for the Cleveland Buckeyes. His legendary feats with the Homestead Grays have many experts regarding Gibson as the sport's greatest home run hitter. Negro League statistics of the time are largely incomplete, but the legend of Gibson's power has always been larger than life. The 6'1", 215-pound Gibson was nearly indestructible behind the plate. He occasionally played left field or third base, but never for more than a game or two. Gibson's natural skills were immense. His powerful arm, quick release, and agility made base runners wary of trying to steal. But hitting is what made Gibson the second highest paid player in black baseball behind Satchel Paige, another future Hall of Famer. The Sporting News baseball's written authority for decades credited Gibson in 1967 with hitting a 580-foot home run in Yankee Stadium. The ball landed 2 feet from the top of the bleacher wall. Josh was a better power hitter than Babe Ruth, Ted Williams, or anyone else I've ever seen, said former Cleveland Buckeye pitcher and manager Alonzo Boone. Anything he touched was hit hard. He could power outside pitches to the right field. Shortstops would move to left field when Josh came to the plate. In 1972, Gibson became the second player from the Negro League elected to the National Baseball Hall of Fame, joining Satchel Paige. Paige may have put it best when describing Josh at the plate. You look for his weakness, and while you're looking for it, he's liable to hit 45 home runs. All right, he was a hitter, one of the greatest you ever saw, the most powerful. Never swung hard at the ball either, just a short swing. Never swung all the way around. He hit them straight, line drives, but they kept going, said Cool Papa Bell. All right. Right, so his career stats and career at a glance, because of not keeping real good stats in the Negro Leagues, as far as his major league at-bats, he had 1,825 at-bats, 453 runs, 638 hits, 100 doubles, 40 triples, officially 107 home runs, 351 RBIs, 26 stolen bases, 158 walks. His batting average was .350, his OPS was 1.026, his on-base percentage 401, and his slugging percentage 624. And he played for the Homestead Grays from 1930 to 1931, the Pittsburgh Crawfords from 1932 to 1936, the Homestead Grays again from 1937 to 1940, and then I believe he missed a year during the war, and then in 1942 to 1946, he played yet again for the Homestead Grays. So there we have it, our second Hall of Famer, Josh Gibson. Okay. Next up to bat, I did not have a ball card for Lefty Gomez, so I had to go into my Hall of Fame postcard set and pull out his Hall of Famer postcard that I have for Lefty Gomez. Lefty Gomez, our third Hall of Famer here. Let me take a pop in the chat real quick. Okay, still we only have two. The Robert and Boom Slang. Looks like they might still be hanging in here. Shows I have 5 people on the stream with me. So Vernon Luis Gomez, our third Hall of Famer. Primary team was the New York Yankees, and his pitcher primary position was a New York Yankees pitcher. All right. So let me there we go. Okay, I'd rather be lucky than good, Lefty Gomez once said. Vernon Luis Gomez, or Lefty as he'd come to be known, was far more talented than he'd ever give himself credit for. Notorious for an overpowering fastball as he was for his razor-sharp wit, Gomez's light-hearted nature belied a ferocious ability to get hitters out. Born in Rodeo, California on November 26, 1908, Gomez attended Richmond High School. He came to San Francisco's Seals' attention around this time and was brought into their organization, but he wasn't long for it. On August 7, 1929, the New York Yankees purchased Gomez from the Seals for the sum of $45,000. Gomez was used primarily in relief during his first season with the Yankees in 1930, making him only a handful of starts. Lefty went on to win 20 games his sophomore season, firmly entrenching himself in the Yankees' rotation. The next year would hold more of the same for Gomez, as he posted 24 wins, but Lefty's best was still to come. In 1933, Gomez led the majors in strikeouts and was selected to the first All-Star game. It would be the first of 7 consecutive All-Star game appearances for him. Gomez's 1934 season stands out as his best. He dominated the MLB pitching leaderboard that year, pacing the league in wins at 26, win percentage of .839, an ERA of 2.33, complete games 25, shutout 6, innings pitched 281.2 innings, and once again strikeouts with 158. Lefty would go on to win another pitcher's triple crown in 1937. While Gomez received his fair share of individual accolades, he was also a vital cog in the Yankee machine that dominated the late 1930s. Lefty's postseason legacy is virtually without flaw. He won every game he started in each of the 1936 and 1937 World Series, both versus the New York Giants. In total, Gomez started 7 games and was awarded 6 victories with 0 losses. At the end of his career, Lefty would have championships to fully decorate his hand in 1932, 36, 37, 38, and 39. The Veterans Committee elected Gomez into the National Baseball Hall of Fame on February 2, 1972. After spending his final years in Novato, California, Gomez died in 1989. A sweetheart of a guy and a sweetheart of a pitcher, said Tommy Henrich. So his career at a glance, he did play in 368 games. He gave up 2,290 hits, 1,091 runs, 2,503 innings pitched, 189 wins, 102 losses, giving him an overall winning percentage of .649. Games started 320. He had an ERA for his career of 3.34. Complete games 173, 28 shutouts, a 1.352 whip, 10 saves, 930 earned runs were given up, and 1,095 walks with 1,468 strikeouts. He played for 2 teams in his career, the New York Yankees from 1930 to 1942, and his last year he played with the Washington Senators in 1943. So there you have it, our third Hall of Famer, Lefty Gomez. All right. So next we have up to bat an executive for Major League Baseball, Will Harridge. Will Harridge is our fourth Hall of Famer inducted for 1972. William Harridge, whose primary position, of course, again, is an executive. At the turn of the 20th century, Will Harridge worked as a ticket agent for the Wabash Railroad Company and was in charge of booking and transportation for American League teams and umpires. By 1931, Harridge was directing American League policies as the league's third president. Harridge's life was like something straight out of Horatio Alger, wrote the Sporting News upon his death. He was a poor boy who climbed to the top through diligence, courage, and integrity. In his case, the story was fiction. In December of 1911, Harridge received his break when American League President Ban Johnson hired him as his personal secretary and doubled his salary. While Johnson was impressed with Harridge's work at Wabash, the hiring was still remarkable in the fact that Harridge claimed to have never played a baseball game. Johnson was looking for a man who could run his office and manage his correspondence, and Harridge proved adept at those tasks. He dutifully held the role of Johnson's secretary until Johnson's resignation in 1927, when he was promoted to secretary of Major League Baseball under Commissioner Kenshaw Mountain Landis. Harridge continued to work under the new American League president, Ernest Barnard, until Barnard's death in 1931. I nominate Will Harridge for president and treasurer. St. Louis Browns owner Phil Ball at a special league meeting that year. I hope he is not elected, for if he is, we are going to lose a darn good secretary. The American League owners initially hired Harridge to a 3-year term as interim president, but Harridge would hold the title for the next 27 years. His tenure was known more for its quiet diligence as opposed to the boisterous years of Johnson. Harridge reportedly did not take an extended vacation for his first 19 years in office. There was never a morning when he didn't look forward to going to my office, said Harridge. His biggest test came in the second year in office when the New York Yankees catcher Bill Dickey reacted to a hard slide by Washington Senators Carl Reynolds and delivered a punch that broke Reynolds' jaw. Despite Dickey's standing as star of the league's most successful franchise, Harridge fined Dickey $1,000 and suspended him for 30 days. Yankees owner Colonel Jake Rupert was furious. Harridge later recalled, "He didn't talk to me for about almost a year, but the following winter he was elected vice president and he gradually softened up and became one of my best friends." In 1933, Harridge made arguably his biggest contribution to baseball. Sports Line's in the house. How you doing there, Sports Line? Nice to have you pop in with us today. Okay. So, it was his biggest contribution to baseball by helping to create the All-Star Game. Inspired to the ideal by Chicago Tribune sports editor Arch Ward, Harridge lobbied American League owners to approve the inaugural interleague contest at Comiskey Park. The game, originally scheduled to be a one-time event, was such an overwhelming success that it became an annual tradition. Harridge's pride in his league was so strong that Sporting News wrote that Harridge wanted to win every All-Star game just as much as he did the World Series. In the summer of 1941, after Hall of Famer Ted Williams won the Midsummer Classic for the American League with a game-winning home run, Harridge hugged Williams and later admitted, "I'd have kissed him if there had not been so many people around." Harridge saw his league expand to new markets in the 1950s as the St. Louis Browns moved to Baltimore and the Philadelphia Athletics relocated to Kansas City. He retired from the president's office in 1958, but remained as chairman of the board for the American League until his death in 1971. In 1972, Harridge was elected into the Hall of Fame. Harridge's greatest contribution to the changing baseball scene during his 27-year term as president was the All-Star Game. He had great pride in the American League. He wanted to win every All-Star Game just as much as he did the World Series, said the Sporting News back in 1972. So there you have it, the story and reason for induction into the Hall of Fame for William Harridge. Right? Our fifth Hall of Famer up to bat is Sandy Koufax. Sandy Koufax is our fifth Hall of Famer for 1972. All right? So Sandy Koufax, Sanford Koufax with the Los Angeles Dodgers, and he was a pitcher. When Sandy Koufax was awarded a basketball scholarship to the University of Cincinnati in 1953, his plans included a career in architecture. Kendall Brown is in the house. How you doing there, Kendall? Thanks for popping into the stream here. Appreciate you being here. We're up to 7 people. Lucky number 7. Let's keep the numbers coming in. Don't forget to give me my thumbs up and stream, please. Appreciate the thumbs up when you pop into the stream. Kind of remember that. You should do that on a regular basis. I really do appreciate everybody being here. Instead, Koufax made a living on a baseball diamond, becoming one of the most dominating left-handers of all time. Either he throws the fastest ball I've ever seen, or I'm going blind, said Hall of Famer Richie Ashburn. Born on December 30th, 1935 in Brooklyn, New York, Koufax impressed a scout who saw him throw for his college baseball team. In 1954, he signed a contract with the Brooklyn Dodgers that contained a bonus which required at the time for Koufax to report to the major league team for 2 years. When Koufax first came up, he couldn't throw a ball inside the batting cage, and Hall of Fame teammate Duke Snider. With a limited baseball background, Koufax struggled with control at first, but he used his raw talent to begin regularly throwing for the Dodgers in 1958, when the team moved to Los Angeles. A foul ball was a moral victory, said Hall of Famer Don Sutton. In 1959, Koufax struck out 18 Giants in 9 innings and set a major league record for strikeouts in 2 games with 31. In 1963, Koufax led the league in wins with 25, in ERA with 1.88, and shutouts with 11, and strikeouts with 308. He won both the Cy Young Award and Most Valuable Player award in that season. I can see how he won 25 games. What I don't understand is how he lost 5, said Hall of Famer Yogi Berra in 1963. The 6-time All-Star would go on to win 2 more Cy Young Awards in 1965 and 1966, finishing second in MVP voting in the leading in the league in both win seasons. He won 5 straight NL ERA titles from 1962 to 1966 and led the Dodgers to the National League pennant in 1963, 65, and 66, and winning the World Series in 63 and 65. He was the greatest pitcher of his time in baseball, said Jimmy Cannon. Traumatic arthritis in his elbow ended Koufax's career early due to a threat of permanent disability. Despite playing only 12 seasons, Koufax was the youngest player inducted to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1972. And that Koufax, you name a better lefty left-hander in the history of baseball, and I'll eat my hat, said Hall of Famer Harry Hooper. I can see how he won 25 games. What I don't understand, again, is how he lost 5, said Yogi Berra back in 1963. So his career stats and career at a glance: he played in 397 games, gave up 1,754 hits, 806 runs, 2,324 and a third innings, 165 wins, 87 losses, a 655 winning percentage. He started in 314 games, had a 2.76 ERA, 137 complete games, 40 shutouts, a 1.106 whip. He had 9 saves in his career, gave up 713 earned runs, 817 walks, and 2,396 strikeouts. He played for the Brooklyn Dodgers from 1955 to 1957, and then stayed with them when they moved to LA from 1958 to 1966. So there you have it, Sandy Koufax, our 5th Hall of Famer for 1972. Next up to bat, get him out of there, Blondell, is Buck Leonard. Buck Leonard is our 6th Hall of Famer for 1972. Let me pop in my stream. I'm still here, Donald, just listening and sorting cards on the other side of the room. Oh, no problem, Boomslang. I do the same thing. When I'm sorting my cards and working on things, I'm usually watching somebody's videos in the channels, seeing if somebody's live and just checking things out. So that's perfectly fine. I do the same thing. Appreciate you hopping into the stream there, Sportsline. Sportsline, Robert Hone, Kendall Brown, Boomslang. I think that's the 4 main people that are here. Still show that 7 people are probably doing similar to Boomslang here, just watching in the background. All right. So Walter Fenner Leonard, Homestead Grays, first baseman. Walter Buck Leonard was one of the best pure hitters to play in the Negro Leagues. He was also a key part of the Homestead Grays dynasty of the 1930s and 40s. Cards in my car with Robert Posada. How you doing there, Robert? Thanks for popping into the stream with us. All right. The first baseman spent his entire 17-year career with the Grays, the longest term of service for a player with one team in Negro League history. He played in a league record 11 East-West All-Star games from 1937 to 1945. Beginning in 1942, the Grays found themselves in 4 consecutive Negro World Series, winning in 1943 and 1944. At the age of 45, with the color barrier broken, he was offered a major league contract but turned it down. In 1952, I knew I was over the hill, Leonard said. I didn't try to fool myself. The league statistics have Leonard batting .320 for his career with a .527 slugging percentage. The number of recorded home runs, runs scored, and runs driven are varied, but there is agreement that Leonard was at the top of his class. All right. Buck Leonard was as smooth at a first baseman as I ever saw, said booking agent Eddie Gottlieb. In those days, the first baseman on a team in the Negro Leagues often played the clown. They had a funny way of catching the ball so fans would laugh, but Leonard was strictly baseball, a great glove, a heck of a hitter, and drove in runs. Leonard wasn't able to get a high school diploma until the age of 52. Because his hometown didn't have a high school that allowed education for African Americans. Always an advocate for civil rights, he was an ambassador for Negro League Baseball until his death at age 90. In 1999, the Sporting News ranked the slugger number 47 on its list of 100 greatest baseball players. He was one of only 5 men on the list who played most of their entire career in the Negro Leagues. Leonard was also honored as a finalist for the Major League Baseball All-Century team. So again, his stats aren't complete, but I'll go over what they do have on file for him. Career stats and his career at a glance. He had 1,489 recorded at-bats, 352 runs, 476 hits, 74 doubles, 26 triples, and 57 home runs. They show he's accredited for 27 stolen bases and 162 walks, with a batting average of .320. He played for the Brooklyn Royal Giants in 1933, and then most of the rest of his career for the Homestead Grays from 1934 to 1950. So there we have it, our 6th Hall of Famer, Buck Leonard. So 7th up to bat now is Wynn. Wynn. All right, pop in the chat here, make sure I'm not missing anything. Looks like we're good to go here. So number 7 up to bat, Wynn. Was a Cleveland Indians pitcher, one of the greatest hitters of all time. Ted Williams once called fellow Hall of Famer Wynn the toughest pitcher I ever faced. Undoubtedly, Splendid Splinter's sentiment was shared by many big league hitters for more than 2 decades. Wynn combined his physical gifts with intimidation and determination to overcome early struggles and become one of the most dominant players of his era. Since the first time I saw my father play semi-pro ball in Alabama, it has been my greatest ambition and desire to be a big league ball player, Wynn once said. It was during Wynn's early years with the Senators that he began to gain a reputation for meanness on the mound, exemplified by willingness to knock down a batter if the occasion warranted. Among his famous quotes concerning his subject are, "A pitcher has to look at the hitter as his mortal enemy. A pitcher will never be a big winner until he hates hitters, and I've got a right to knock down anybody holding a bat." Jose's in the house. Hello, everyone. Got your mail yesterday, Donald. Thanks for the mantle track. Good to know that about him. And thanks for the baseball digest with Garvey on the cover. Oh, you're welcome there, Jose. I'm glad you appreciated that. And it was my pleasure to send that along with your package as a little bonus added in there. Okay, thanks for popping in here, Jose. Appreciate it. So after 9 seasons with mediocre Washington teams, in which he had a 72 and 87 mark, Wynn was traded with first baseman Mickey Vernon to the Indians prior to 1949. "We were roommates and good friends," Vernon would recall years later. "After I was traded back to Washington, I got 4 hits off him, and the first time I faced him, the last one knocking the glove off his hand. When I got to first base, he was steaming. He looked over and said, 'Roommate or not, you've got to go in the dirt seat next time I see you.' Sure enough, the next time I faced him, the pitch was up and over my head to let me know he hadn't forgotten." The move to Cleveland, where he teamed up with Bob Feller, Bob Lehman, and Mike Garcia to give the team one of baseball's greatest pitching rotations, proved fortuitous for Wynn. But after compiling a 163 and 100 record for the Indians from 1949 to 1957, he was traded to the White Sox. In 1959, at age 39, Wynn led the league in wins with 22, and was named the Cy Young Award winner and helped pitch the White Sox to the 1959 pennant. Wynn finished the 1962 season with 299 career wins, but was released by the White Sox after the season. After signing with the Indians, the The 43-year-old posted his 300th win on July 13th, 1963. I was 5 years old, becoming the 14th hurler in Major League history to achieve the milestone. Wynn, who pitched in 4 different decades, finished his big league pitching career with a record of 300 wins and 244 losses, struck out 2,334 batters in 4,564 innings, and had an earned run average of 3.54. He won at least 20 games in 5 different seasons, and was named the All-Star every season from 1955 to 1960. And when he finally retired in 1963, he had pitched longer than anyone else in baseball history. Thick-set, gristle-bearded, 200 pounds of malevolence toward all who entered the batter box, said Jay Astor. So for his career stats and career at a glance, he played in 691 games, he gave up 4,291 hits, 2,037 runs, 4,564 innings pitched. He had 300 wins, 244 losses, which gave him a .551 winning percentage. He started in 611 games. He had an ERA of 3.54. That's neat there. I just caught that one there, Robert. Complete games, 289, 49 shutouts. He had a 1.329 whip. He is accredited with 15 saves, earned runs 1,796. He gave up 1,775 walks, and he had 2,334 strikeouts. Like Robert said, there's a lot of reasons to invent a time machine, but to see Buck Leonard and Josh Gibson would be one of the top reasons. Ouch, I was 12 in 1963. Oh, okay. Now Robert's saying how old he is. Now we know, Robert, you are older than me. All right, so the teams he played for in his career was the Washington Senators from 1939 to 1944. And then must have taken a year off, maybe for an injury or something, did not say for sure. And then he played in 1946 to 48 with the Senators. The Cleveland Indians from 49 to 57, and then again in 63, because between that he played for the Chicago White Sox from 1958 to 1962. So that was our 7th Hall of Famer, inducted in 1972. And then our last Hall of Famer is Ross Youngs. Ross Youngs is our 8th and final Hall of Famer for 1972. Ross Middlebrook Youngs, who played for primarily the New York Giants and was a right fielder. All right. So though the career of Ross Youngs was ended prematurely, he made an impact on the baseball world during the time he was able to spend in the league. Youngs made his major league debut in 1917 with the New York Giants. His first full season came the following year, and he was 6th in the league with a .302 batting average. The left-handed hitter finished his career with a 322 lifetime average and batted over .300 for 7 straight seasons, including reaching an average of more than .350 twice. He scored 100-plus runs on 3 occasions and led the National League outfielders in assists 3 times. Youngs had the best season in 1920 when he finished 2nd in the National League batting race to Rogers Hornsby with a .351 average. At just 23 years old, he collected 204 hits, scored 92 runs, had 27 doubles, 14 triples, and 6 home runs. He notched a 78 RBI and walked 75 times. He had a .427 on-base percentage and was third best in the league with a .477 slugging mark. On May 11th of his season of highlights, Youngs had 3 triples in one game against the Redlegs, tying a major league record. Youngs helped his team get to the World Series 4 years in a row, from 1921 through 1924, and the Giants won the Fall Classic twice in 1921 and 22. He became the first player to get 2 hits in one inning in a series game in 1921. Youngs had a triple and a double in the Giants' 8-run 7th inning in Game 3 against the Yankees. The outfielder's career ended in 1926 when he was diagnosed with a kidney disorder. He died at an early age of 30. A plaque was installed in the Polo Grounds in 1928 to honor him. A brave, untrammeled spirit of the diamond who brought glory to himself and his team by his song, strong, aggressive, courageous play. The plaque read, "He won the admiration of the nation's fans, the love and esteem of his friends and teammates, and the respect of his opponents. He played the game." One of the colleagues Youngs had the biggest effect on was his manager, John McGraw. Until his own death in 1934, McGraw kept only 2 framed photos in his office at the Polo Grounds, one of Christy Mathewson and the other of Youngs. The manager also spoke out at his player's funeral. "He was the greatest outfielder I ever saw on the ball field," McGraw said of Youngs. "The game was never over with Youngs until the last man was out. He could do everything a player should do, and do it better than most players. As an outfielder, he had no superiors, and he was the easiest man I ever knew to handle. And all his years with the Giants, he never caused 1 minute's trouble for myself or the club. On top of all this, a gamer ball player than Youngs never played ball." So as far as his short career in a glance, because of his early demise, he played in 1,211 games. He had 4,627 at-bats, scored 812 runs. He had 1,491 hits, 236 doubles, 93 triples, 42 home runs, 592 RBIs, 153 stolen bases, walks 550, batting average 322, OPS 839, an on-base percentage of 399, and a slugging percentage of 441. And he played his entire career with the New York Giants from 1917 to 1926. So there you have it. Ross Middlebrook Youngs, nicknamed Pep, was our 8th and final Hall of Famer for 1972. So hopefully you enjoyed the 1972 Hall of Famer players for this week. Give you a quick preview of the names of our next Hall of Famers for next Friday's series, where we will again have 8 Hall of Famers that were inducted last year into the Hall of Fame. So I'll just recap real quickly here, ours here. Of course, we had Ross Middlebrook Youngs, Early Wynn, Buck Leonard, Sandy Koufax, William Harridge, Vernon Lewis Gomez, Lefty Gomez, Josh Gibson, and Yogi Berra. In case you're wondering the order I do these in, they're in alphabetical order by last name. In case you are wondering. Don't do the math, Donald. Oh, okay, you don't want me to say how old you are? Okay. I'll leave it at that then, Robert. Everybody else can do the math. It's just fun. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that. So just real quickly, I'll run through next week's Hall of Famers that will be coming up. We will be having Dave Bancroft with the Philadelphia Phillies, who was a shortstop. Jake Beckley, who was with the Pittsburgh Pirates, a first baseman. Chick Haffey, St. Louis Cardinals outfielder. There you go there, Robert. Another St. Louis Cardinals next week. Harry Hooper with the Boston Red Sox, a right fielder. Then we have Joe Kelly, Baltimore Orioles left fielder. Ruby Marcotte, New York Giants pitcher. Satchel Paige. Oh, I got a neat card I can show for Satchel Paige next week. Who was with the Kansas City Monarchs and was a pitcher. And then George Weiss with the New York Yankees, and he was an executive. So hopefully you guys will look forward to that series next week. All right. So without further ado, big class nowadays. You are lucky to get 3. Yeah, well, these are back in the days, and you'll see as we get closer to when the Hall of Fame started and stuff, you'll see larger classes on that. I'll kind of show you my Hall of Fame T-shirt. My new, I'll be, what do they call that? I'll be premiering my new Hall of Fame shirt that I'm wearing today, and I will give you a heads up. It is on backwards for a specific reason. Okay. But when we get to that, I'll show you that at the end of the stream when I do my sign off. So without further ado, I am going to move these off to the side here and get to our content at hand. I did not have a family mail call package today, but I believe I do got 1 or 2 packages coming in today, so I might get something for tomorrow's family mail call Saturday, and we will be doing a box break. I will be doing a Gypsy Queen box break tomorrow. Not a blaster box, but an actual hobby box. And then it was on back. I ordered both at the same time last month in March. So my mega hobby box will be in hopefully next week sometime. Hopefully it'll get here before next Saturday, so that we'll be able to highlight that one for next Saturday. So yeah, in the upcoming week here, we will be doing Gypsy Queen. Okay, so we will be doing Gypsy Queens, and I do have one we're going to open up here today. This one right here, in case you're wondering. Here, I'll put it right in the front here for now. So in just a minute here, we will be opening up this Gypsy Queen product. Okay. And then that's why I'll leave these stands here for whatever hits we might get here as we prepare to move into this next. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and there, I'll set it right like that for now. I just want to get a few things ready, take a sip of water, have a little break. So it looks like we still have 7 people in the chat. Yeah, usually we only have 3 or less. This year we do have 4 for 2020. Do have 4 for this year's class. And just in case you are wondering, we will be going back to 1936 in this series. So that'll give you an idea. We will be running this series probably close to through the end of this year. And then each year I will just add the new class when we get it. Try and do a little bit expansion on it. Some of the newer ones will probably have more stuff. Foxbama, you changed your icon. I just noticed that. Nice to have you in the stream with us there, Foxbama. So we will get into this box of Gypsy Queen to finish up our content for today. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to get ready to open up our box here and we'll finish things up. we'll have just over a little NCAA to vote on transfer rule in May. Okay. So again, we're trying to see if we can find those bazooka cards for Ethan. See if I can make a trade or do something with Ethan down the road here to help him out with his searching for the Gypsy Queen bazookas. I got all different kinds of Bama pictures. Laugh out loud. Oh, that's cool there, Fox. I don't normally, on my channel, I don't change it, only because my icon I have was created for somebody for me. So it's, you can see my icon right down here on my, eventually one of these days, instead of having the paper here, I'll be able to get like a break mat that has this stuff on there. Don Blomdahl Hall of Fame Veterans Sports Cards and Collectibles. All right, but we're going to go ahead and open this up again. We get 6 packs per, or 6 cards per pack. And then, of course, you get 7 packs in a box and 1 bonus 5-card pack of exclusive parallel cards. Okay, so we will see what we get here in these. I opened my first one yesterday. This is box number 2, and we will do a hobby box tomorrow for family mail call. If we don't have any family mail call packages, then we will definitely have the hobby box break tomorrow. Okay, but I might have something coming in today. It just depends on what the product is per se. But without further ado, we're going to do the 5 green parallel cards as the final pack. So we'll build up the suspense there for that. Let's see. I'm going to put the packs right here. You guys can see them here. That way Kevin's guarding them here. I noticed Kevin couldn't make it in here today, but that's fine. People have things to do. So let's see. I said this would be my symbol when you know I'm opening a box. Gonna do it that way. Let me get that set there. That way I can put this in the background. How's that sound? That way you know what we are opening. I'll leave the box kind of in the background here. And then we will just go from there. All right. So Jose's still here. That's right. Your rookie card is nice, Donald. Oh, did you read the back of it? His personal card is awesome. Oh, thanks there, Fox Bomber. I see what everybody's talking about now. Yeah. If by chance some of my regular people that do come in the channel here, if I haven't sent you one yet, make sure you let me know. I usually try and do it to somebody that I've never sent a package to. Half of my 100 card limited edition, Ethan's here just in time for opening up the Gypsy Queen product. Thanks for being in here. I know you said you were outside helping your parents do some yard work, but I appreciate you stopping by. But you're just in time for the Gypsy Queen. You missed all our 8 Hall of Famers we just inducted into the 1972 Hall of Fame, but you are here in time for opening up the Gypsy card product. They were just going through and talking about my my rookie card in the channel. Do have Kevin's right here. We can see Ethan's Elvis Covers and More channel. These are his cards that I do have here. I've got 3 of them. The reason I keep all 3 is he's also, he put something on the back of his cards. So that's why I really enjoy that a whole lot. So without further ado, we're going to go through and see who we get here. Right off the back, an Arizona Diamondback. All right. Shortstop, Liba? Domingo Liba, rookie card for the Arizona Diamondbacks. All right. 2 back-to-back rookies. All right. Who is this guy? Sam Hilliard, rookie card for the Colorado Rockies. All right. And then this looks like a rookie card pack. Duggar with the Miami Marlins, rookie card. And then a Mookie Betts base card for the Boston Red Sox. Well, as far as we know, it's a base card. We won't know until we look at the back. Jay Martinez, third baseman for the Cleveland Indians. And Sanchez, Yolmer Sanchez, all right, with the White Sox. All right. Just look at the backs real quick. Looks like they're just the base cards there. Guess Mookie Betts is card number 1 in this set. That's pretty cool. But I think I'm going to go with through the rest and just see if we get any bazookas when we're done, okay? Hope everyone is doing well. Cool and calm. Nice big Hilliard fan saw his first Major League Baseball home run. That is cool. So, pack number 2. Pack number 2. Dustin May. Dustin May with the Los Angeles Dodgers rookie card. Corey Seager, not Kyle Seager. Corey Seager with the Los Angeles Dodgers. W. Smith, catcher for the Dodgers. All right. H. Wagner. Honus Wagner. Ooh, my word. That's a hit for me. I like that one. Honus Wagner. That is a cool card. Definite Hall of Famer. Have to see the back of that one here in a little minute. Christian Yelich with the Milwaukee Brewers. And Jay Means with the Baltimore Orioles pitcher. So cool card there. Honus Wagner. Oh, wow, that's just a base card. Unless it's a short print because it's a Honus Wagner. We'll have to figure that one out. I don't know what the short print. Oh, it could be a short print. That's what I was thinking there, Ethan, because so for the whole set, do they have short prints listed in here? Because it looks like the base looks like 82. Oh, I see. The short prints are 301 through 320. Okay, that's nice to know. So that is the short prints, the 301 to 320. Okay. Yeah, because I see it did have a different number on the back. These look like they're... Are these 42? Yeah, it looks like 42 is... Oops. Oh, my word. I just dropped my magnifier. Hold on a second. I want to get this out because I need this for... That's my extra set of eyes. Oh, my word. Sorry. I gotta... Try and leave this up here. There we go. I gotta set it up there. Otherwise, I'll be blind. So, yeah, and it looks like the short prints are 75. Yeah, it looks like on the back, the short prints are 75. That is cool. I do like that one. That's a Honus Wagner. So, now I'll remember what to look for on the back is 301. Chuck. What's up, everyone? Yeah, I try and figure out some of these when they come out with all the new sets. But it looks like Ethan's pretty much a man in the know. I guess it's 301 and up. That's what we got there. Oh, I must have hit something here. Let me refresh my screen here. It looks like I'm still open packs on my computer. Okay, so we're going to move on to pack number 3. Pack number 3. A. Ottavino with the New York Yankees. Is that Dal Lugo? Yep, Dal Lugo with the Detroit Tigers. Third baseman. Mitch Haniger. There we go. I finally got I haven't seen too many. Don't get too many Mariners in a smaller set. But Mitch Haniger, the Seattle Mariners. All right. So let me see. Got to switch over. I don't know why it does that when you do a refresh. Oh, look at that. No name front for, who do we got here? Rowdy Tellez. No name front. Nothing on the nameplate for the Blue Jays. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., third baseman. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Matthew Boyd. Matthew Boyd for the Detroit Tigers. Okay. Okay, so been mulching. Yeah, he said when I started my stream that he was out mulching with his parents. Getting some faith, family, and sports. How you doing there, Aaron? Thanks for popping into the stream here today. Appreciate you being here. Let's continue to move through here. A. Munoz, rookie card for the San Diego Padres. S. Gray, pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds. G. Hampson, second baseman with the Colorado Rockies. Oh, we got a little fortune teller. We got a fortune teller, guys. And this fortune teller, it looks like it's Nick Senzel, fortune teller for the Cincinnati Reds. Put him right over. Oh, he's not going to hold up there, is he? I got to see how I can, because he's going to fall off there. I knew that, see? Here, I'm going to set him here with the Honus Wagner. How's that sound? Jose Abreu with the Chicago White Sox, first baseman. And S. Matz with the New York Mets, pitcher. All right. All right. Pack number 5. Pack number 5 here. All right. Let's see here. We got Aaron Nola, rookie card. Or no, is that Aaron? Austin? Austin Nola. Austin Nola with the Seattle Mariners. Rookie card. There we go. That's my second Seattle Mariner. A. Simmons with the California Angels. Chicago Cubs, third baseman. R. Garcia, rookie card. Carter Kieboom, shortstop for the Washington Nationals. Ozzie Albies, second baseman for the Atlanta Braves. And Dario Agrazal, pitcher for the Detroit Tigers, rookie card. See if I can get that fortune teller to stand up a little bit better here. Straighten up my stack here. My rookie card stack. All right, pack number 6. Pack number 6. Oh, okay. Got your package today, Donald. Hope to do a video later. Oh, thanks, there, Aaron. Appreciate that. Let's see. Is that Matt Chapman. Matt Chapman, third baseman for the Oakland A's. All right. Max Scherzer, pitcher for the Washington Nationals. I don't know that guy's first name. Austin Hayes with the Baltimore Orioles, outfielder. Chris Bryant with the Chicago Cubs, third baseman. Justin Turner, third base for the Dodgers. Isn't that Justin Turner? Yep, got the first name right. Is it Jeff Samardzija with the San Francisco Giants. All right. Getting closer. We'll review the back, see if we get any parallels or something like that. Pack number 7 coming up here quick. Pack number 7 coming up. Okay. All right. Chicago Cubs. First baseman. What's his name? Rizzo. Anthony Rizzo. Anthony Rizzo. Okay. Joey Votto with the Cincinnati Reds. First baseman. Isn't that Michael Chavez? First base and second baseman for the Boston Red Sox. Oh, there we go. We got a what are these cards called again? I'm trying to remember. Pete Alonso, first baseman for the New York Mets. The Pete Alonso, that's the Tarot of the Diamond. First baseman for the New York Mets. That's pretty cool. Got out of 7 packs so far, 4 subset type cards. F. Reyes, designated hitter and outfielder for the Cleveland Indians. And Horner, Nico Horner, rookie card for the Chicago Cubs. Okay, so let's real quick here go through and see if we got any of the bazooka backs. See if we have any of the bazooka backs or any more short prints here. Bazooka backs. I'll just go through these real quick. I'll be able to check that if there's any other short prints later on down the road. Most likely, since we hit it right off the bat yesterday, getting a bazooka, probably might not have any bazookas in this box, right? I'm assuming we could probably get a bazooka back on a rookie card, but I don't know for sure. Maybe Ethan might know. I know he's working on collecting that set. So let me just look on the back real quick here. All right, nothing in there. So let's see who we can find in our 5 green parallel cards. Our bonus pack here. Okay. There we go. We got our first one here. Looks like is that Freddie Freeman? Freddie Freeman with the Atlanta Braves. First baseman. All right. Put them right here in front for now. Colorado Rockies outfielder. David Dahl. David Dahl. Okay. Our Noah Syndergaard pitcher for the New York Mets. All right. And then next we got, is that Anthony Rendon? Anthony Rendon, third baseman for the California Angels. And last but not least, what's this? Emmanuel Clace, pitcher for the Cleveland Indians. Rookie card. So rookie card there for that one right there. So awesome, awesome, awesome. So Aaron Nola, first base and catcher for the Seattle Mariners, and Mitch Haniger, outfielder, along with these cards. No bazooka backs today. Covers, you said you just want bazooka backs from this year, right? I have 1 or 2 from last year. Yes, just on 2020. Okay. So there we go. Pretty cool little box. Not too bad. We got a fortune teller. We got a short print Honus Wagner. Anthony Rendon. For those. And then, of course, we did get this one right here. The Rowdy Tellez with the Toronto Blue Jays. no name front, and then the Pete Alonso tarot card. Isn't that tarot of the diamond, right? Number 9 in that series. And then of course our base cards here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed doing it. So again, tomorrow we'll be opening up a hobby box, not the jumbo. The jumbo hopefully should be in next week. It was on back order when I did order it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this here. Let me just pan the camera down real quick here. Let me kind of scooch this over here, Pete Alonso, and put these ones over here because I'm going to do a camera shift just before I say goodbye here. That's so I have room for my tripod when I move it up here. Nice. Hobby boxes are fun. Yes, I'm going to do that tomorrow morning at 10:30. Okay, so that will be fun to see what we can pull out of that hobby box tomorrow. And then again, my next sale will be on the 2nd of May. So every first Saturday of the month is when I'll be doing my sales. If you do want to know if I do make changes to my channel, go to my About Me tab, and it does explain my full schedule in there. I find that a way of just getting the information in there. So if you ever want to know what's going on my channel, you could always check my schedule out on my About Me tab. Whenever I do make changes, I do post changes up to that, just so you do know. So hopefully that can be a blessing to you to know what my content is on the channel. But let me just kind of get things ready here real quick so I can turn the camera around. Of course, it will be looking up in the sky. But yeah, this is my new t-shirt. And again, like I did mention earlier in the stream, I do have it on backwards for a specific reason, just for showing you the back of the shirt and the channel. Okay, so other than that, this will give you an idea. Here's the hat I am wearing. It is one of my Hall of Fame baseball hats, okay, for the inductions. And then next, what I will do, I'll kind of highlight through the hat here, or through the screen here as soon as I see that did get shown, and I did it the right way. Let me pan down to my t-shirt here. This is the 2020 inductees that are on the top here. They're listed right here. Then you can see a list of all the Hall of Famers is on this t-shirt. Of course, today we did the 1972 Hall of Famers, which are right here, and we'll be working through. So we're working 2020 is way down here, going through to the last in this series will be my the 1936, which is the first class and group that were inducted into the Hall of Fame way back when in the 1930s, when the Hall of Fame had started. So boom slang later done. I'm off to my doctor appointment. No problem. Cool and calm, sweet. I'll try to be there. But yeah, so this is, I always wear a Hall of Fame type related shirt for my Hall of Fame Fridays. So that's just my different wardrobe type settings that I do share on the channel. So without further ado, I am going to get ready to say goodbye at probably the 1 hour and 25-minute mark for today's stream. I am done for today. Do have other things to do at home. Let me, real quickly, let me do my proper sign off and then turn the camera around and get ready to say goodbye to you guys. So this is Don Blomdahl, Hall of Fame veteran, sports cards and collectibles, having been live today with our Hall of Fame Friday inductee video series for 1972. Let me turn my camera around now, get it focused back on the brake mat here, so you can see. I'm going to get ready to say goodbye in the stream, and we will see you guys tomorrow morning for 10:30. I'll be going live at 5 p.m. Okay, Ethan, you still here? Make sure you put in a plug for your sale today. I know Kevin, I'm pretty sure Kevin's doing his Fairfield Friday stream probably about 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. And then shortly after that, I know Ethan will be having his next sale on his channel. So don't want to forget to give those shout outs for the channels that we do go to. And then if you guys want to, Boomslag said he will be doing his live at 5 p.m. Ethan's Elvis and More will be doing his live sale tonight around 7 Eastern. So that makes it 4 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, so most likely Kevin will probably do his Fairfield Friday stream probably before that, probably about 3 p.m. Western, as far as I know. I'll double check with him later when I get off this stream. But no problem, Ethan. Appreciate you doing what you do in the channels. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to sign off. So we do have a busy Friday. Fridays usually are busier with people's sales and live streams getting ready for the weekend. So you guys have a great and wonderful day. We will see you guys around the channel. And just remember, this is our avenue to share our love for baseball. Okay, so take care, have a great day, and we will see you guys tomorrow with my next live stream at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, have a great and wonderful day, and take care. Okay,